Thank you so much for the invitation and for having me. It's a very exciting opportunity to be on the Metaverse One conference, and I'm already sparked with the incredible content you brought today, guys. Today I'll be talking about a topic called mixed reality for cultural heritage. I'm Zaid. I'm a mixed reality catalyst at an innovation agency in Germany called HoloLens. Just a mini spoiler here. So today in the evening around 6 p.m. CET, we will be organizing a get-together or an after party in Altspace. So don't miss out joining us tonight. So exactly, we have a live DJ and some incredible stuff. I'm also a Microsoft MVP for mixed reality. I love sharing my passion with the community. I've been doing a lot, for example, with Vesku and Chris, and excited for this opportunity. Thank you for having me. So I'll begin first speaking about myself, a little bit about my background, my personal background, and then how I got into the mixed reality space. What is mixed reality? And then we will be having a look how we can merge mixed reality and the topic of cultural heritage to achieve a social impact, bringing cultural heritage back to life. So I'm Zaid Zaim. I am originally from Syria, from Damascus. I came to Germany in 2013 with a big passion for technology. When I was a child, I always dreamed getting into technology. Growing up, playing computer games with my friends and with my elder brother. This developed in me the passion to, in the future, somehow to get more, to learn more what is behind these computer games and how such things could be developed. So when I was in Syria, I never imagined that one day I'll have the opportunity to get that deep in a technology like mixed reality, and recently learning a lot about what's happening in the metaverse space. So in 2013, I came to Germany, and I joined a tech school called Ready School of Digital Integration. It is an NGO that supports newcomers and refugees learn quality skills in tech to support their integration into the IT world. Here, I had the opportunity to start realizing my dream, getting into tech, learning programming, visiting some practical sessions on IoT and Azure to get really these hands-on experiences. So compared with university or standard university norm, Ready School is an incredible institution that really teaches project-based learning, and it is all about a community. So teachers are basically volunteers who join the school and share their passion. So basically something similar what we are doing today on Metaverse. So on Metaverse One, basically sharing our passion with on the topic of Metaverse and mixed reality. So here I had also the opportunity to meet a teacher or a mentor who works at Microsoft, who introduced me to the idea of going to hackathons, as it's a great opportunity to apply the newly learned skills in practical projects and meet and connect with new people, basically. So here, 7 years. My favorite one is here, the IoT hackathon in Berlin in 2018. I had here the opportunity to get into the mixed reality space. Matthias, my mentor, gave me a HoloLens on the weekend, and then started playing around with it. And then we went together to the hackathon, formed a team of experts, and then we started really exploring what is mixed reality. I had the opportunity also to learn from these experts how to develop my first AR/VR application based on the HoloLens. And it was, to me, a very mind-blowing momentum, seeing these holograms and 3D objects coming into your physical space, and then you can start interacting with them. So yeah, this is basically how I got into mixed reality. Basically, by building up a network and meeting enthusiastic people in this field who also gave me mentoring and getting into this space. So today I'm also 22 years old, and I'm already very curious and excited what is coming up in the next months in this space. So after having this experience going to a hackathon, I built a personal motivation and passion for mixed reality, and started multiplying back to the community, sharing my passion around mixed reality and HoloLens, and teaching people how they can build their first AR/VR app in Unity, demonstrating possibilities in MRTK, and motivating them to get started, or having the possibility or the opportunity to test waters what is possible in this field. Because my dream or hope always is to create a similar momentum in the viewers or in the participants that my friends and mentors created in me. So this is something I would love to give something back to the community, in the hope people can also motivating more and more people to get into this space. So based on my recent activities in the last 2-3 years in mixed reality, contributing for local and global tech communities around mixed reality, I were then recognized by Microsoft with the MVP award, and looking forward to what's possible in the next months, in the next years, what is possible in the mixed reality space. So this is also one of the cool of the nice examples. The events we made, for example, in June, we in Berlin, the mixed our Dev Days party. We brought the community together to celebrate basically the new content that was brought by our Dev Days, the new developer tools, how you can further grow your projects in mixed reality using MRTK3. And then I thought post-COVID, it is an incredible opportunity to bring back the community together in Berlin, celebrating the new content, meeting together and trying out some cool demos. So here we had also the opportunity to welcome the MRTK team directly from Redmond, joining us virtually. So it was a unique, special event to me, and also very excited to drive more such initiatives for the future. So now I would like that we go together back in time around 14 years ago, on a journey back to Syria, to Palmyra, to the year 2007. So in 2007, I had the opportunity, together with my family, to visit the ancient city of Palmyra. And here, my sister and I were, together as a family, were really impressed and touched by the beauty of the city of Palmyra and its monuments, and the beauty of the architecture and the stories and the history what took place in thousands years ago, and the interactions we had with the local people. So what is Palmyra? Palmyra is an ancient Roman city located in the middle of the Syrian desert. Dates back around 4,000 years. Palmyra became a trade center, trade hub, by having or magnetizing different cultures, like from people or merchants coming from India, from China and the Mediterranean, went through Palmyra and exchanged their goods in there, and this is what made Palmyra in ancient times a rich, wealthy city. And then these folks were able from then to continue their journey to Europe and beyond. So the idea of magnetizing merchants and traders made Palmyra in ancient times a trade hub, trade center, and make it a wealthy city. So it attracted ancient cultures like the Romans, the Phoenicians, and later the Arabs. The wealth of the city reflected in its monuments and artifacts. Here we see, for example, the Triumphal Arch of Palmyra in the center. To the right, the Temple of Baal Shamin, the street colonnade, and somewhere in the back here, the Roman amphitheater that we will be seeing in a bit. These monuments and artifacts outstanding for 1,000 years. This is Khaled Al-Assad, one of the most important researchers on Palmyra and former museum director of the city. He took care of the ancient monuments for 40 years and drew the attention of the visitors of Palmyra and to objects of the past, which are the monuments that we had a look on before. Drawing the attention to objects of the past, this is what we call, in a nutshell, simplified, creating historical awareness. When the viewer, when the visitor starts interacting with these monuments, so listening to some historical background, seeing the beauty of the monument, trying to interact with it, touching it, and hearing the story, what happened in there, this creates in him or her the motivation to keep these monuments alive. In 2016, ISIS, or in 2015, ISIS occupied Palmyra and they kidnapped Khaled Al-Assad. Their aim was to know where are actually the valuable treasures of Palmyra. Khaled Al-Assad refused sharing these information about the ancient city and decided to do his best and what he mostly can to save the ancient city and its valuable treasures. With that said, ISIS described him as a person who is against their vision. They labeled him as a person who is against Islam because he drew attention on objects of the past that were architectured before the Islamic rule, after their on their vision. So they came then to the point that he's against them and he did not share with them the necessary information. He got then beheaded, publicly executed by ISIS in Palmyra. So this is Palmyra's Roman theater, a place that reflects culture and where beautiful pieces of music have been played. But in the last couple of years, this place became a place of execution. After ISIS left this place, they destroyed its facade. So we see here a picture before and after the destruction. And here we see the Palmyra's Arc of Triumph. Again, we see here picture before and after the destruction. We can't also recognize anything from the monument. And here we see the detonation of the temple of Baal Shamim completely being destroyed. When we think for a moment, these monuments outstanded for thousands of years, natural catastrophes and wars. But the 10, 11 years of war in Syria has destroyed these ancient monuments and stole the history and hope from the Syrian people. Such a destruction and annihilation of cultural heritage is not allowed to be continued. Here, when an idea merged to my mind, connecting my personal experience with a newly learned technology. My aim and goal is to visualize the ancient monuments of Palmyra using mixed reality, bringing these monuments back to life, creating in the viewers and visitors of the experience the momentum of or motivation to be part in a future reconstruction and motivating people about cultural heritage and new technologies. So in the last few months, few years, I were able to form a mini team or a mini community, diverse community worldwide, contributors who were excited about the idea, about mixed reality, getting into mixed reality, and also cultural heritage. So fusioning all these guys, all these people, we brought the project Mixed Reality for Cultural Heritage back to life, bringing individual ancient monuments of Palmyra back to life. Beginning first supported by Ready School and Microsoft, and now always growing the partners and finding new people, and currently trying to reach out to some, maybe interested museums who would be interested to go on a demo or try out this project as a pilot, bringing also a new didactic and interaction way into museums, how people can perceive history in there. And also here we have a visionary demonstration on how the project would look like in a museum. So people wearing the HoloLens device and collaboratively in a shared experience, bringing the ancient monuments together back to life. So here we see that through, for example, the hand tracking technology of the HoloLens 2, people are really able to grab the virtual objects, the virtual monuments, and put them and bring them back to where they belong. So I have here also a mini video that I would like to share or walk through. This shows the live demo of or a demo demonstration of the project in the HoloLens 2. So here we have the hand menu opened. Currently also we have a QR code that anchors the experience. And in a bit, we will be opening the app. Again, here the hand menu where you can navigate to different applications, opening the app in here. And one of the cool things here in the HoloLens, you can also have, instead of a 2D logo, a 3D logo that represents what is happening basically in your experience. So here, interacting with an object, I can scale it, move it, and interact with it. And now in a bit, we will be opening the project. Loading, loading, loading. And now we will be scanning the QR code. So here we have our button panel. On the one hand, we have our globe and Syria. Let's interact with it. And now we get 3D representation of our lovely Earth, referencing on Syria. And now we get a 3D representation, a deeper or zoom in look on how Syria's geographic location looks like, and at the same time we are getting a reference on Palmyra. So now after we had a look here and there, so we can visualize the 3D map of Palmyra and get a 3D representation how the ancient city looked like. When we inspect the ancient city, we see then the different monuments we have in there. So here the Temple of Baal Shemin. This is one of Palmyra's important sculptures, the beauty of Palmyra. And this is Palmyra's Arc of Triumph. So here we have the beauty of Palmyra. We can scale it. And unfortunately, the monument got completely destroyed, or the sculpture got completely destroyed in the war in Syria. And here we see on the right hand, for example, picture how the would have looked like. And the user is actively involved in here, partly being part in virtually rebuilding this monument. So the user is an active person manipulating the events of the experience. We see also the sculpture reflects how women or the people in ancient times in Palmyra were. So we see a lot of jewelries in there, which reflects the wealth of the city and its people. So after we done the interaction in here, we bring the monument back to the map, and then we explore another interaction possibility with the Arc of Triumph. So we position the monument. We can also again scale the monument. And here we see that we have a time frame or time slider that we can in a bit interact with a slider and see the evolution of the monument. So from the construction, supported also by some images in the background, that tells also the history, the rich history about the monument and the ancient city, until it got unfortunately destroyed in 2016. Luckily, with technology, we can go back in time and bring this monument back to life, which is in real life not possible. So we can't go back in time in that fast and bring the monument back to life. So here we want basically to demonstrate how we can also in another way create interactions with historical artifacts. The Arc of Triumph can also be scaled, so you can go inside of the monument, view it from different perspectives, have a look on the different ornaments and details, and get a feeling on the beauty of this, the beauty and the rich history of this monument. Also, in the background, there will be also some audio playing that tells us more about the historical context of the monument to get us more into the atmosphere, what was happening in ancient Palmyra. And here, an instance of using mixed reality. Imagine yourself, you can perceive the real world, and then you can grab this monument, as we saw in one of the earlier pictures. We go to Palmyra, and using HoloLens 2 and mixed reality, we will be able to integrate this ancient monument virtually over the destroyed monument and experience how Palmyra was. So last but not least, the Temple of Baal Shamin. Again, here we have the 3D object, the 3D monument that we can scale. And we can create here also the state of destruction and see how the monument looked like before and after. And here we have this gamification, puzzling idea where the user is actively involved, being part in, partially building the monument to get feeling of the beauty and history of the monument. So we get also here these holographic spaces referencing on where individual pieces belong. So we rebuild the monument, and we can also view it from different perspectives. And here also we have integrated the idea that we want to have the 3D character, currently a placeholder of myself. So the idea is here to integrate people from Palmyra who can walk us as holopoetic, beam people from Palmyra who can tell us about the history of the monuments, share with us their experience, what was happening in the monuments or in the ancient city, or even what these people were feeling when they were visiting Palmyra and the individual ancient monuments, because such experiences we can't really learn about from a Wikipedia or a book or an article on the internet. So that's why having this immersive storytelling experience is a unique game changer in mixed reality. So we learned about how we can. So this was basically the demo of our community project, and how we can use mixed reality to bring cultural heritage back to life. So we demonstrated a concrete use case, how mixed reality and HoloLens 2 can bring cultural heritage back to life. I would like that we together hope that one day the war in Syria finds an end, and possibly together in the future contribute together or finding ways to bring these ancient monuments back to life, maybe in real, physically, but as a step before creating the awareness and the motivation of this use case, we are demonstrating mixed reality for cultural heritage. Thank you very much for having me. And I'm very curious to stay in touch with you guys and looking forward to some questions.